Hello all, welcome to Embedded Linux Learning Point, Linux from Scratch, Episode 3. In this video, we will start from where we left, preparing the host system. The host system tools needs for building LFS are checked and if necessary installed. Then a partition which will host the LFS system is prepared. We will create the partition itself, create a file system on it and mount it. Host system requirements. Your host system should have the following software with the minimum version indicated. This should not be an issue for most modern Linux distributions. Also note that many distributions will place software headers into separate packages, often in, in the form of package name and devel or package name dev. Be sure to install those if your distribution provides them. Earlier versions of the listed software packages may work but have not been tested. Okay, so these are all the different packages that we need, like bash with 3.2 version. Okay, here the thing is that bin/sh should have a symbolic or hard link to bash. So this anyways we will check. And you need bin utils, biosun and these things, these modules or packages we need. This is C 4.8 including the C++ compiler, G++ versions greater than 11.2 are not recommended as they have not been tested. Okay, C and C++ standard libraries with headers must also be present so that the C++ compiler can build hosted programs. Okay, we need grep, gzip and the Linux kernel 3.2. The reason for the kernel version requirement is that we specify that version when building glibc in chapter 5 and 8 and at the recommendation of the developers. It is also required by udev. If the host kernel is earlier than 3.2, you will need to replace the kernel with more up-to-date version. There are two ways you can go about this. First, see if your Linux vendor provides 3.2 or later kernel package. If so, you may wish to install it. If your vendor does not offer an accepted kernel package or you would prefer not to install it, you can compile a kernel yourself. Instructions for compiling the kernel and configuring the bootloader are located in chapter 10. Okay, these are the other important packages, and there is an important note. Note that symbolic links mentioned above are required to build an LFS system using the instructions contained within this book. Symbolic links that point to other software such as dash, MEWK, etc. may work but not tested or supported by the LFS development team and may require either deviation from the instructions or additional patches to some packages. Okay, so if you see, this is where you need a symbolic link for bash and you need a symbolic link for biosun, also gwak. Great, which we will do when we install them. To see whether your host system has all the appropriate versions and the ability to compile programs, run the following. Okay, so let's just run it and see if you're able to get the versions or we have all the requirements for this. and the whole script. Okay, then we will paste. Okay, great, and the file is there, and if you see ls, yes, we have a version check, and bash version check.sh. That is what is the command that we need to give, and let's say okay, great. So if you analyze this file, you see the bin bash. Yes, now you have a symbolic link for this, and the bin utils, gnu bin utils is there. Ubuntu, the version is 2.34, think, yeah, bin utils 2.13, okay, which is more than what is required. Okay, so here you see BIOS sun command not found, so we need to install this BIOS sun. So let me just sudo apt get install BISON, and also Yscc is not found. We'll install that also, and the core utils is 8.3. Okay, this is fine. Probably all the others are okay. And Linux kernel version is 5.4, which is more than 3.8 and should be sufficient. GCC version is 9.3, which is more than what is specified here. So M4 is not found, so let's try to install that as well. M4, I hope it works. If not, we will come back. Gmake, Perl, Python, SAD, tar is there, version check. Okay, 46. Make info. Make. I think we need to install make. Okay, G++ compilation is okay. XT. Great. So let's do this. Unable to locate Yscc. So maybe I need to, let's remove this. Install BISON. Okay, so I think it will install the M4 as well. I will say yes. Let it download. Okay, great. So I think it's installed. So let me again run this version check. Now you see Yscc is installed, and make info person is there. Okay, we need to have make info, which is not there. Let's install make. I think make info unable to why. Let's see. Let's search Google for help. Maybe we will have some answers. Make info not found. Ubuntu what's make how do I get it? So normally when we stuck like this, we go to Google and ask for help. Okay, it looks at least when using bash it tells you what packages you need to install. If you type in the command and it is not found in your path, my terminal says you need text info package. Okay, okay, maybe let's install this text info. Maybe with this we will be able to solve that issue. It is installing. So I think import. So one important thing is we need to create symbolic link to GAWK and Yscc. So we will do that in a minute. So for creating symbolic link, so I have created one file where I listed few commands, and so one I need for Yscc user bin Yscc. Great. So this needs to be Yscc, and the other is AWK. Link to GAWK. Hope it should work. I think this is some okay. That's all we need from this. Okay, let me run it again. Okay, I think we have almost everything. Let's run those commands to see if the link is fine. Yscc. Okay, great. Dot and also to GWK. Oh, sorry. Paste it. Let me just show that forcefully doing it. Okay, it says let me force it, and when we see Okay, I think it is fine. User bin Yscc. Did I do it fine? User bin Yscc. Okay, so okay, let me clear the screen. Great. Now we can say that the host system requirements are met. Okay, so now we'll see what building LFS in stages. So LFS is designed to be built in one session. That is, the instructions assume that the system will not be shut down during the process. That does not mean that system has to be done in one sitting. The issue is that certain procedures have to be reaccomplished after a reboot if resuming LFS at different points. Chapter 1 to 4. These chapters are accomplished on the host system. When restarting, be careful of the following. Procedures done as a root user after section 2.4 needs to have LFS environment variable set for the root user. Okay. Chapter 5 to 6. The mount or the MNT LFS partition must be mounted. So after every restart, we have to mount this. These two chapters must be done as user LFS. A switch user -LFS needs to be done before any task in these chapters in the 5 to 6 chapter. Failure to do that, you are at the risk of installing packages to the host and potentially rendering it unusable. So this is what happened when I tried the last time. The procedures in general compilation instructions are critical. If there is any doubt about installing a package, ensure any previous expanded tarbals are removed, then re-extract the package files and complete all instructions in that section. Okay. Chapter 7 to 8. The mount LFS partition must be mounted. A few operations from changing ownership to entering the chroot environment must be done as the root user with the LFS environment variable set to the root user. When entering the chroot, the LFS environment variable must be set to root. The LFS variable is not used afterwards. Okay. The virtual file system must be mounted. This can be done before or after entering chroot by mounting a host virtual terminal as root. Running the commands in section 7.3.2 and 7.3.3. So this is something since this is something very important for us as we will not be doing everything in one go because I wanted to have installations or running it in a separate episodes. So I need to be very careful to take care of this aspect. So that's it for today. So we will see how do we create new partitions in the next episode. Thanks for watching.